Hello everyone and welcome to Retro Brick Reviews. For today, I will be giving you part 2 of my instructions on how to build my alternate build for LEGO Harry Potter 75955 Hogwarts Express. This build being called the Magic School Bus because reference, and I've already shown in a previous video how to build the bus itself. So today I'll be showing you how to build the two side builds I came up to go with it. These being this bus station and this sort of dilapidated under construction clock tower, whichever way you want to see it. And without any more further ado, let's begin with the bus station build. So here are the parts you'll need for the base of the bus station. So we'll start with a 4x6 in black, topped by a 6x8 in dark gray. And under that put another 4x6. Then this 1x2 with the slide coming off the end, a 2x4 in black, then a 4x6, a 4x12, and another 4x6. So now you have this sort of overall sidewalky design, but with sort of edges of the road on the sides, or at least that's sort of what I was going with. Obviously, you could do other stuff, but with it, you don't have to have the base, although you kind of do. Don't know what I'm talking about. That's just what I did. You could do something else for the base if you wanted to. That's just, I thought it looked cool. Anyway, next build is actually one I don't have to show you the instructions for, since it's one directly from the set. It is the newspaper stand. The only difference is that I am using a black 2x4 tile instead of brown, because the brown one was more needed elsewhere. And you just attach that on right here. And before we move on to the next step, we will also just take this sand blue cheese slope and we will just put it right here. And that's going to represent sort of a piece of like moldy cheese, alternatively a piece of bubble gum that's also old. Well, whatever you want to see it as, some sort of old moldy gross thing that'll go underneath the bench. So here are all of the parts you'll need to build a rather standard bench. So we will start with just one of these pieces with a 1x2 with a bar coming off the end, then one with a clip. And then we will take a couple of 1x6 tiles in brown and attach the sort of other side of the legs, I suppose, over here. Then put on another one of these, then another 1x6 tile, a 2x4 plate underneath, then a 1x4 and a 1x2, so we have a bit of cracking in the wood, which just adds a bit of visual interest, I feel. And that just attaches right here. And then just a couple more builds that I really don't need to show you how to build because they are extremely simple, so you could just pause the video and grab the parts you need. Just a couple of shelves that'll go inside of the little dang, I can't think of the word. The building. The snack bar, bled, don't know why I'm stupid, at the bus station. Anyway, so a 1x4 brick with just a couple of jars on it, so trans yellow cylinder, trans clear minifig head, and then a couple of gunmetal studs on top for lids. That'll just attach on right here. And then on the other side, we will take a 1x2 brick with a chocolate frog, and a 1x2 brick with some every flavor beans and a box for them. And that'll just go on here. And now we'll begin to build up the building itself. Here are all of the parts you'll need for the first section of the bus station. So for the bottom layer, on the side here, we will attach on just a couple of 1x2 brick patterned bricks. And here on the front, we will take 3 of those, and there will just be a gap in between each, and in those gaps we will just fill in some standard 1x1 bricks to add a bit of visual interest, I feel, sort of cut up the design a bit. And then we will just add on 3 of these 1x4 bricks in tan. Then in the center here, we will add a 1x4 tile in nougat, sort of flatten out the bottom of the window area. Then here we'll take this piece with the Sirius Black Wanted poster, and then just 3 more of these 1x2x2s to finish up the wall. So you have that, and then from the front you have that, and you can sort of see how it's all beginning to very quickly shape up. And now let's take a look at the parts you'll need for the other half of the building. Okay, so here are all the parts you'll need to top off this half of the building. Also, well, really just to top off the building in general. Derp. Okay, so to start with, we'll start with these tan pieces. So we'll take a pair of 1x4 plates, and then on the side a couple of 1x2 plates. Then here at the front, we will take a couple of 2x4 sloped bricks with a 1x2 brick, and then this inverted slope 1x3 brick. Then above that, we will put on a couple more of these pieces, plus this another 1x2. Okay, then on top, we will put on a 2x8. Underneath of here, a 1x4 and a 1x3. Then a 1x6 and a 1x2. And that is this structure complete. Very simple, I know, but I think it's still pretty fun. Just adds a bit, just a bit of scenery to the area. Yeah. Now let's move on to what is definitely my favorite of the 2 side builds, though, which is the sort of clock tower area. Okay, so here are all of the parts you'll need to start with. So we'll take this 4x8, then these 2 large scaffolding pieces. Under those, we will put on a couple of 2x4s. And on top of here, we will attach on a 4, 2 on each side of these sort of grooved bricks. Then down here on the base, we will put on a 1x4 tile with then a couple of these gunmetal studs just put around to represent sort of like rusty nails-ish. Because again, this is supposed to be either dilapidated or under construction, whichever you prefer. The idea is that it's just sort of like not safe. So yeah, that's the first half of the base. Well, I'm dumb, and even though this is my own build, I somehow managed to mess it up. So please move all of those pieces on the ground just back by 1 extra stud, please, so that we can fit everything else in. I'm dumb. God damn it. Okay, so here's everything we'll need to start with. So we'll start with this 4x8. Then on the sides we will attach these 2 wooden scaffolding pieces with 2 2x4s underneath. And on top of these scaffolds, we will put on some of these grooved bricks, one of which I just dropped on the floor, because of course. Ugh. So attach those on. Then at the back, we will put on a 1x4, and then just a couple of gunmetal studs to represent sort of just nails that are sticking out of the ground, because this is supposed to be an unsafe area. Okay. Okay, so for the next section, we will take a 6x6 plate, a 1x4 plate, then a couple of 1x4 tiles, and then we will just continue on with adding on these nail pieces. Then we will attach this onto here, so we have that sort of nice continuing design. Then we will add on some stairs with a single nail sticking off of here. Okay. This next section is very simple. We will take a 1x6 and an inverted sloped brick, a 1x6 and an inverted slope brick, and a 1x6, and then at the back just a couple of standard 1x2 bricks. And we're just going to attach these right here onto the back. They will snap onto the studs and the staircase, so this is all relatively sturdily connected up. And now we can begin to add on to it. Here's everything you will need for the next layer. So with a 1x6 and a couple of 1x2s on the sides, then a couple of 1x1 tiles. Then on here we will put on a couple of these bracketed pieces. And then on these brackets we will attach on a couple of 1x1 bricks, a couple of cheese slopes, and then onto those bricks a couple more cheese slopes. We will just attach all of this facing the back of the model. Okay, so then for our second floor, we will take this trapdoor opening piece, a 1x4 tile, and a nail, and then another nail here, then a couple of 1x2x5 bricks to begin the top structure. And for the trapdoor itself, we will put a stud here, and then just a couple of tiles to give us some planks. And all that just goes in here, and then all of that just attaches right on top of here. We will add in the piece that supports the trapdoor right now. So that is very simple, just this sort of modified 2x2 with a couple of 1x6 tiles, and that just slides in right here. So obviously you put the trapdoor up, and then slide that in, and it keeps it up. And if you pull that out, the trapdoor will fall out. Basic stuff, lads. Okay, next step. Okay, so here are all the parts we'll need for the next section. We'll start with a Technic brick with a pin inserted into it, and this piece. And then on the other side, we'll create a reciprocal section, but with this nougat brick instead of the bit with the handle. And then another pin. We'll set those off to the side for the moment. Then we'll create a 1x2 tile, a couple of 1x1s with this style of clip. Underneath of that, a golden fez, stud, and a metallic gold dish to be a little bell. And into the clips we will attach a couple of 3 long bars, which will then feed into these pins. If we bring in this structure, we will attach those bricks onto here, and then we will take this 1x8x2 arch brick and just put that in the back. Okay, and now all we have left is to finish off the top. This is it, lads. The final group of parts we will need. So we will start with a 1x4 plate with a couple of these 1x2 brackets underneath. Those face the back for no reason, just to take space, so we'll turn it around. Then at the front, a 1x2 with a bar and a couple of golden 1x1 tiles to add a bit of class, and I meant plate, not tile. Anyway, then at the front, an Exoforce hand, this style of train wheel with the built-in rubber band, and then this clock face from the build itself. That will just attach on right here. Okay. Then for our final builds, we will take a couple of these sloped pieces, then a brick and a cheese slope, and here another sloped brick with a couple of these 1x2 modifieds with the clip for half of it attached, with these pieces added on, so the 1x2s with a clip handle bar, whatever you want to call it, and then this will go here, and the handle will sort of connect up there. Those can fold over. This with these two will go here, and then Lastly, this little section will just go here to sort of finish up the asymmetrical point of it. And now we can zoom out a bit, but not that far. And we can add in our Dementor to float around. And then we can bring back in our station and our bus itself, because this video in all three of its parts is at an end. And if you've stuck through to this point, then I would like to thank you all so much for watching this video, and obviously the two that came before. And, well, I hope to see you all in the next one. Farewell, everyone.